Alright, well, as promised, I just got my aliengear holster in. I have been asked by quite a few people to review this. This is my first holster review, so here I am in all my glory. The first thing we're going to point out on this table over here is the firearm. I carry a 5.7 Fabrique Nationale. First thing I want to point out is that the safety is on. There is no magazine inserted, and it is empty. There is nothing in the chamber. I'm going to inspect this thing physically by putting my finger in there, and visually by inspecting the chamber. After that, I'm going to pick up the magazine. As you can see, there are no live ammunition in the magazine at all. That is the very first thing you ever want to do when you're handling a firearm, is to ensure that it's empty. Okay, so let's get to the fun stuff. This over here is our aliengear holster. The very first thing I wanted to point out on this thing is it is flat. That is fantastic. The first thing I noticed is the graphics over here seem to be worn out a little bit. No one really cares. It's a concealed holster. You're not going to be showing it off like that anyway, so it's all good. It's very flexible. It's very lightweight. It's got a neoprene on the back, which makes it very comfortable to wear. I've been wearing this thing all day. I was very skeptical about using it inside the waistband holster just for the fact that I'm a heavier set guy, and I was kind of worried about the fact that, you know, it might dig in. We'll get to that in a minute. After that, we have spare parts. They give you a spare part kit. You lose parts, you lose bolts, you lose Allen wrench, you lose anything, they actually give you a spare part kit. This is their information about the warranty, instructions on how to install the holster on your body, the whole 9 yards. This is a thing to join the NRA. It comes with a sticker so you can advertise that you're carrying a concealed firearm. And I picked up the full package and got all the extra mounts, all the extra clips. I got the leather, I got the steel, I got the plastics, I got everything. So this is what came in the box. The total for everything, including shipping, came out to like $57. Not too shabby. All right, so the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and access this firearm. Again, I'm going to make sure it's empty, which it is. And I'm going to close the chamber. The very first thing I want to point out over here on this is it's got a pretty decent fit. As you can see, it shakes a little bit, but when it's pressed up against your body, it doesn't move at all. The other thing that's nice too is even with that shake, when you can turn it upside down, it doesn't move. I'm not actually holding on to anything to press on there. It's actually got a really good fit to it. So it's got a pretty fantastic fit to the firearm itself. And from what I understand, it's kind of universal for all the other different firearms out there. The only issue I have is if you look over here, this is your magazine release button. The only concern I have is that that's not protected. But I've been wearing it all day. It hasn't kicked out my magazine once yet. I'll be coming back to do another review in a week to tell you if I have any problems or, you know, what I think. All that aside, another good thing is it has this extra layer of material right over here at the top that covers your grips, or not your grips, your sights, excuse me. The problem I have is with these outside the waistband holsters is your sights tend to dig in right over here into your side, especially as heavier set guys. This has been hands down the most comfortable holster I've ever worn in my life, including an outside the waistband strong-sided holster. Didn't even know it was there. I have sat down with it, stood up, walked around, got in my car, put on my seatbelt, sat in some chairs with some arms on it because, you know, heavier guys, it's hard for us to do that with an outside the waistband holster. Walked around with it. It's very comfortable. It's very, very, very functional so far. I will be reviewing again in about a week to let you guys know if I run across any other problems. Until then, stay safe.